Bradenton Motorsports, March 11th, 2021. A little bit of a breeze tonight. Good number of cars, some interesting cars here tonight. I see a number of all-wheel drive cars, including this Audi and this AMG E63S. All-wheel drive, twin-turbo V8. It's got plenty of rubber. Just saw the owner taking some air out of these tires. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S.
I knew I should have tuned it.
Oh, you've got much more top-end power. I guarantee you'll have a higher trap speed than I will.
Yeah, that's why when I catch these, I catch them on the highway and beat them.
The AMG wasn't spooled up, so he wants a rematch, so we'll run again. We'll run it back. And I think he said he ran a 10.7 as well. I'm gonna get a copy of his time slip here in a second. Okay, if I get a photo of your slip?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Oh.
Cars, remember, street cars, when you pull out on the racing surface, windows rolled up, seatbelts on, air conditioners off, street cars, windows rolled up.
Wow, the ETs were really close.
Air conditioners off, please.
We had a 1079 for the AMG at 126. I expected it to have a higher trap speed.
Runs that he's got in.
And 10.7.
What did this run? Which one?
So the AMG had a launch issue of some sort. So let's talk about this thing with the operating temperature, because a lot of people give me a rash because my Ludicrous Plus requires a certain amount of heat up.
Yeah.
As if like no other car requires that.
No, it does.
So what do you think? If you let it idle for a few minutes?
Yeah. So when these cars start to go, I gotta let this thing warm up.
Okay.
I noticed it wouldn't activate on the street, and I should have knew better. But I figured after that hard pull, I figured it would be up to temp. But yeah, it came up on a dash. Launch mode, disabled launch mode due to it's not up to operating temperature. It's exactly what it said.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. We both were like creeping just perfect.
Yeah. I thought we were staged perfect.
It was perfect. I was like, and as soon as I left them,
so we'll stage it the same way next time.
Perfect.
But you'll have it idle for a while before you get up.
Yeah.
Cool. So in that second run against the AMG E63S, it was having an issue. It wouldn't launch because it said it wasn't up to operating temperature, so he didn't get a pass really. So we're going to run it back again. We'll be making our third run. The Tesla is down to 88% now, and I'll be running in ludicrous mode as usual, and we'll see how this pass goes.
So you know what happened? You know what happened? I would have ran faster, but you took too long to stage, and my two-step shut off, and I just foot braked it. I foot braked it, and I left off the foot brake. I would have went a 1060 on that run because it left really. So it was like, and by the time you stage, this has 5 seconds, and it shuts down.
Our, you know, our reaction times were almost the opposite of what they were in that first race. I had under a 10th in the first race, and you were 4/10.
Yeah.
And this race, you had an awesome reaction, 0.09.
Yeah.
To my 0.3. I was trying not to be too aggressive because I didn't want to jump out on you, but
it was a great race.
Whoa!
Nice.
No, I need my 11.
Go get in line. Go get in line, then. Just go get in line.
How was that race? Pretty good.
oh my goodness, look at this.
I got him by far.
10.74, 10.77.
Yeah.
So you just had me a tiny bit. Oh yeah.
What kind of?
Wednesday, March 10th, 2021, and we're out at Orlando Speed World, where once again there are quite a number of cars here tonight. I'd say drag racing is getting more and more popular based on the number of cars I'm seeing at the tracks, increasing year by year. Turbo S4, all-wheel drive, slightly more tire. He says he's running about 10 pounds more boost than stock. Got here with 94% tonight. And we're going to be racing some Audis. All-wheel drive Audis. This was the Tesla's 777th pass, and coincidentally, it ran a 10.777. Well, that first pass was a solid 10.7. I have to admit, I was kind of concerned about that Audi S4 with the bigger turbo and intercooler on it. He had the tires and perhaps the power to beat me, but he had some technical issue apparently, and didn't make a solid pass. The mighty Godzilla. This is a 2015 GTR. Says it's stock. So this GTR here is running on NATO drag radials. That's considerably more tire than the Tesla's got, not only in size but also obviously in compound, since I'm just running a summer tire, a Michelin Pilot Sport 4. Not nearly a drag radial, and mine are 245s all around. So So it turns out that GTR was nowhere near stock. Somebody else filled me in that that thing was tuned, and so that would explain a couple of things, notably the 10.3. Meanwhile, I was over there staging up Cheetah mode, taking my time on the light, thinking he was an 11-second car, but there's not a thing I could have done, even if I cut a perfect light. His 10.3 and 0.07 reaction was impossible to catch, even with the Tesla's best 10.4 ET. So anyway, that was a pass. Cheetah mode didn't really make much of a difference right there, and of course we did not warm up the battery at all, so it was basically a standard ludicrous pass where I was trying to use the launch mode. So there you have it. So this Audi GTR-S has a downpipe and a tune, and he's running a mix with ethanol. We're guessing maybe 10-12 pounds of boost over stock. He just ran a 10.9 on his last pass, and that was even with a little bit of tire slip. Now he's got a lot more tire than the Tesla does. He's got big 295 Yokohamas on all four corners, so that's a solid 2 inches wider than the Tesla on every tire, so 8 inches more tire if you look at it that way. And it's definitely enough tire to stay ahead of the Tesla, but whether he's got enough power, we're going to find out here. Well, it was a close race against the Audi, at least on ET. My 10.87 to his 10.92. But of course, I red lit just very barely 0.03 negative. I really didn't need to do that. His reaction time was almost 0.4 of a second. I know exactly why I red lit. I wasn't staged properly. I had staged too far forward, and that would have been a decent reaction, but I was just a little bit too close to the final beam. And that's what happens. This Mustang's got a Roush supercharger on it. It's also running full slicks. Big Mickey Thompson's back here.